Hey everyone, my name is Yash. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I wanted to take you through my everyday carry / what's in my bag for 2023. So to get things started, let's go ahead and start with my pockets. I already have all the items listed out right here. So I have, first of all, my iPhone 12 Pro. It is my phone of choice. I've had it since 2020, so like the year it got announced. And it's been my daily driver ever since. I have no problems with it. Only thing is potentially the battery going down, declining slowly and slowly as I've had the phone over the years. But other than that, it's still an incredibly fast and reliable phone. And my next item is AirPods Pro. I bought these things also in 2020 once I got my first full-time job, and I absolutely do not regret getting these. These are my favorite things to use whenever I step outside the house to go for walks, take phone calls, go on Zoom calls, anything you could think of. These are so reliable because they connect across all my other Apple devices. So they are a purchase I do not regret making. And then finally, I have my wallet. It's a wallet. Everyone needs to have one. Everyone needs to bring one. You should bring your driver's license and have some cash on you. So wallet is an essential. And in this wallet, I've probably had since maybe I was a sophomore in college. I've had it for a very long time. It's one of these slim, compact wallets, so it easily fits into any of my pockets, and it's just a great way for me to keep things organized and slimmed down in my wallet. So no complaints on my end. Moving on, now we gotta go over to the bag. So first of all, it's a huge bag, but the bag I use and the bag of choice I have is the Peak Design 20-liter. I think it's everyday carry bag, but it's their camera bag. If you're around the tech space or the camera space or pretty much any tech YouTubers, you've probably heard of this bag. It's one of the most reliable bags I've ever had. I've got it used actually in 2021. I didn't even buy this one new, bought it used, and I've gone on a lot of trips with this. It's my everyday carry when I go to like the coffee shop or anything. You know, it can fit everything I need it to. I think at times when I try to bring a lot of stuff and get a little compact and quite tight, but what I do like is that since it is kind of like a camera focus bag, you can open it up from the side and open it up from there, so no complaints. But to get things started, we are actually going to start from the top. This is my laptop of choice. I use the 2019 16-inch MacBook Pro. I've got this actually, I think I bought everything during the start of 2020, but this one has been such a reliable choice for me. I know it is considered pretty old now. I think it's 4 years old at this point. And when it comes to the tech space, that is kind of old, but this still uses the Intel chip. It doesn't have the M1 chip, but quite frankly, it is a fully spec'd out model, and it handles everything I needed to do. I throw 4K files at it, heavy intensive Lightroom photo editing work, audio editing. I pretty much do all my creative freelance work on this machine, and it's held up well ever since. It has 8 terabytes of SSD storage, which is great. But yeah, it's been a reliable machine for me. I think maybe eventually down the line, I would upgrade to the M1 MacBook Pros, but for the time being, this gets the job done. It's really reliable, and I have no complaints. And the next item on my list, it is not necessarily, I wouldn't say I carry both of these items at the same time, but it's if and or. So this one is the 11-inch iPad Pro with the Apple Magic Keyboard and Apple Pencil. And the reason I don't carry both of these with me whenever I go all the time is because it can get quite tight and compact in that book bag. So whenever I'm going to a coffee shop, or if I'm going to a place where I know there's not going to be a lot of space, I'll usually carry my iPad with me in the bag. And the reason I do that is because it is a much compact, like smaller machine. Like the footprint on it is a lot smaller, and it's just a great way for me to use it as a way to script YouTube notes or script YouTube videos. Also, like I can write down notes, I can do web surfing, I can do research, I can also go on Netflix and watch like movies, TV shows. And the Apple Pencil is great because I use this device to take notes for all my books that I read. So now that I have all my books stored digitally, I use my Apple Pencil to take notes. So really, it's just a great device I like to have on me. So if I don't take that MacBook with me, I usually take the iPad, and it gets the job done. Moving on to the next item. So this one is also either or. So if we open up this top flap right here, it's a magnetic flap. You can pull out my book or Kindle. And the reason I have both of these is that I always like to carry some sort of reading device, whether that is a book or Kindle, with me wherever I go, just because you never know when you're going to want to read, especially when I go to coffee shops or the library. I always like to bring a book because that is a great place for me to get a lot of reading done in that like study focused quiet space. But you know, when I used to live in New York, when I was on the subway, Kindle was a great thing to just whip out and just do a little bit of light reading while you're on the train, if you got a long train ride, or you know, just whenever you would need it. So yeah, Right now, the current book I'm reading is 8 Rules of Love by Jay Shetty. And then on the Kindle, I have the book Storyworthy by Matthew Dix on there. So just really two books I can whip out at any time and read. And that's all that's in this little zipper fob. I have a couple of other like extra items that really aren't that important, but now opening up this magnetic opening on the top, what you will find here is my pens of choice and my notebook. These are just used to take notes and, you know, just write down journaling, any daily thoughts. Just a great way to have. And then I also have my noise canceling headphones, which are the Bose QC22, I don't even know the name, QC35 wireless. Yeah, they're great. I actually bought these used in 2020 as well, but they're just a great way to listen to music and get really focused in and block out all types of noise that you would see outside, and just a great way to kind of stay focused in whatever you're doing. And finally, like when you open up this little flap right here, usually, I'm using this to record the video right now, but usually I would have my Sony camera, Sony a7 III right here in this middle compartment, usually with the Tamron 28-70 f2.8 lens or the Sony 35 1.8 lens, but right now I'm actually using it to record the video. But yeah, those are two of my lenses of choice, and I just love the Sony a7 III. It's a full frame camera. I know it's pretty old at this point, like 2018 or 2019 it came out, but it does everything I needed to do. It produces high quality photos, high quality videos, and yeah, I can't complain for it. And this last part, I'll usually chuck in like all my chargers, wires, anything that I need to use for my devices to charge it in, I'll throw it in there. And these little zippers also used to keep pens, wires, anything like extra spare batteries. So that's typically what I keep in my bag, my everyday bag. And there you have it. That's my everyday carry / what's in my bag for 2023. As you can see, I tried not to carry too many things with me. Everything that I keep in my bag and everything I do take with me whenever I go to the library or coffee shop, I try to be really intentional about it, because in college I made the mistake of always bringing the what if scenarios with me. So if you don't know what that means what if I want to play my Nintendo Switch? What if I want to use this pen? What if I want to use this headphone? I've really just tried to pare down everything and just only bring the essentials, because throughout my experiences, when I start bringing that extra stuff, it just brings more weight to the bag, and then it just makes it more uncomfortable and less likely that I'll actually get the work done, because I have too many items distracting me. So hopefully you found some inspiration or found some items you could take with you into your everyday carry or what's in your bag for this coming year. But I'll make sure to leave the links for everything I mentioned in the description box, so you can go ahead and check them out. Hopefully most of the stuff I mentioned is still in sale, or still out there on the sale. But I would actually love to hear in the comments below, what are your items that you take with you every day when you go to work? I think it's a great way to kind of learn what everybody's using. So please use the comments to talk about what you guys are using. But yeah, thanks again for watching. With love and respect, Yash.